Nature, our beautiful, chaotic creator, can unleash forces beyond our comprehension. From the depths of the oceans to the peaks of mountains, danger lurks in every corner of our planet. Today, we dive into the abyss of terror, exploring 5 of the most horrifying natural disasters in history. These aren't just stories, they're nightmares brought to life, etched into the very fabric of our planet. These events serve as stark reminders of the awesome power that nature wields, a power capable of shaping landscapes and shattering civilizations in the blink of an eye. Prepare yourself, for we are about to embark on a journey into the heart of devastation, where the earth itself seems to cry out in anguish. Imagine an entire nation transformed into an endless ocean, its plains and valleys swallowed by a deluge of biblical proportions. This was the stark reality for China in 1931, when the Yangtze River, the lifeblood of a nation, became a raging torrent of destruction. For months, relentless monsoon rains had pounded the land, swelling the river beyond its capacity. Levees, painstakingly built over generations to hold back the river's might, crumbled under the relentless onslaught. Villages, towns, and even entire cities were swept away as the floodwaters surged across the land, leaving a trail of unimaginable devastation in their wake. The waters rose with terrifying speed, trapping millions in their homes, turning once familiar streets into treacherous currents. The lucky ones escaped with their lives, clinging to any piece of floating debris they could find, their eyes witnessing the horrifying spectacle of their world dissolving into a swirling vortex of brown water. The stench of death hung heavy in the air, a grim testament to the sheer scale of the tragedy. Bodies, both human and animal, floated amongst the debris, silent witnesses to the raw, untamed power of nature. The Yangtze River, once a symbol of life and prosperity, had become a watery graveyard, claiming the lives of millions. The official death toll was estimated to be around 4 million, but the true number may never be known, lost to the depths of the floodwaters. The survivors, haunted by the memories of that fateful summer, were left to rebuild their lives from the ruins of a catastrophe that seemed to herald the end of the world. The earth, our seemingly solid foundation, can tremble and shudder with a force that defies comprehension. In the dead of night, on July 28, 1976, the Chinese city of Tangshan learned this terrifying truth. In a matter of seconds, a bustling city of over 1 million souls was reduced to rubble, a stark testament to the Earth's awesome power. The earthquake, registering a staggering 7.8 on the Richter scale, struck with the fury of 1,000 thunderbolts. Buildings, some as tall as 15 stories, crumbled and collapsed like houses of cards, trapping their inhabitants beneath tons of concrete and steel. The ground beneath Tangshan rippled and buckled, splitting open in gaping fissures that swallowed entire streets. The very earth seemed to be trying to shake off the city that rested upon it, transforming the once familiar landscape into a surreal nightmare. The air filled with a deafening roar, a cacophony of collapsing buildings, shattering glass, and the terrified screams of those caught in the maelstrom. Dust and debris choked the air, turning day into night, as the city was engulfed in a suffocating shroud of destruction. The official death toll was a staggering 242,000, but many believe the true number to be far higher, a grim secret buried beneath the rubble. The Tangshan earthquake stands as a chilling reminder of the Earth's raw power, a force that can obliterate cities and extinguish countless lives in the blink of an eye. Chapter 3. The Indian Ocean, Tsunami, the wall of water that changed everything. The ocean, a source of life and beauty, can transform into a raging beast, unleashing its fury in the form of towering walls of water. On December 26, 2004, the world watched in horror as a tsunami, triggered by a massive undersea earthquake, ripped across the Indian Ocean, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The tsunami, one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history, struck without warning, transforming idyllic coastlines into scenes of unimaginable chaos and destruction. Walls of water, some exceeding 100 feet in height, crashed ashore with the force of 1,000 freight trains, engulfing entire villages and towns in a matter of minutes. The idyllic beaches of Thailand, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and other countries bordering the Indian Ocean, once havens for tourists and locals alike, were transformed into raging torrents of debris-filled water. Palm trees were snapped like twigs, buildings were reduced to rubble, and vehicles were tossed about like toys. The human toll was catastrophic. Over 230,000 people from 14 different countries lost their lives, their bodies swept away by the receding waters, never to be recovered. The tsunami left an indelible scar on the region, a chilling reminder of the ocean's awesome power. In the aftermath of the disaster, the world united in grief and support, sending aid and assistance to the devastated regions. The Indian Ocean tsunami served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our planet and the importance of global cooperation in the face of tragedy. Chapter 4. The Great Galveston Hurricane, a city vanished beneath the waves. The year is 1900. The Gulf Coast of Texas shimmers under a scorching sun. The island city of Galveston, a bustling port and a jewel of the South, bustles with life, unaware of the monstrous storm brewing on the horizon. Little did they know they were about to face the deadliest natural disaster in American history, a hurricane of unprecedented fury. On September 8th, the hurricane, a swirling vortex of unimaginable power, slammed into Galveston, unleashing its full fury upon the unsuspecting city. Winds, estimated to be over 130 miles per hour, tore through the streets, ripping apart buildings and sending debris hurtling through the air with deadly force. The storm surge, a monstrous wall of water pushed ashore by the hurricane's winds, proved even more devastating. The Gulf of Mexico, normally calm and serene, rose up like an angry beast, swallowing Galveston whole. The island city, once a beacon of prosperity, was quickly vanishing beneath a churning maelstrom of wind and water. The storm raged for hours, relentlessly pounding the city, tearing it apart piece by piece. Homes were reduced to splinters, their foundations ripped apart by the relentless waves. Businesses, churches, schools, all were swallowed by the rising tide. The streets, once bustling with life, were transformed into raging rivers choked with debris and the bodies of the drowned. When the storm finally subsided, leaving behind a trail of unimaginable destruction, Galveston lay in ruins. Over 8,000 people, a third of the island's population, perished in the storm, their lives claimed by the relentless wind, the crushing waves, or the debris-filled floodwaters. The Great Galveston Hurricane stands as a chilling testament to the destructive power of nature, a stark reminder that even in the face of such overwhelming force, the human spirit can endure. From the ruins of their city, the survivors of Galveston rebuilt, their resilience a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Chapter 5. The Eruption of Mount Vesuvius, buried alive. The year is 79 AD. In the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a seemingly dormant giant, lie the Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum, their inhabitants oblivious to the inferno brewing beneath their feet. Life in these bustling cities, much like our own, was a tapestry of everyday joys and sorrows, completely unaware of the impending catastrophe. On that fateful August day, the earth trembled, a low rumble signaling the awakening giant. A plume of smoke, black as night, erupted from Vesuvius's peak, reaching for the heavens like a skeletal hand. Then, with a deafening roar, the mountain exploded, unleashing a cataclysmic eruption that would etch its name in history. A fiery maelstrom of superheated ash, molten rock and poisonous gases surged from the volcano's mouth, engulfing the surrounding countryside in a deadly pyroclastic flow. This avalanche of scorching death, moving at incredible speed, raced down the slopes of Vesuvius, engulfing everything in its path. Pompeii, caught directly in the path of this fiery deluge, was quickly buried under a thick blanket of ash and pumice. Buildings collapsed, their inhabitants either crushed or suffocated by the ash-laden air. The city, frozen in time, became a macabre monument to the volcano's fury. Herculaneum, though spared the initial brunt of the eruption, met an equally terrifying fate. A series of pyroclastic flows, a dense, superheated avalanche of gas and ash, cascaded down the volcano's slopes, burying the city under a thick layer of volcanic material. For those caught in the eruption's path, there was no escape. The searing heat, the suffocating ash, the sheer terror. It was a scene straight out of Dante's Inferno. The eruption of Mount Vesuvius serves as a chilling reminder of nature's raw power and the fragility of human existence in the face of such overwhelming force. Chapter 6. Nature's Legacy, a reminder and a warning. From the flooded plains of China to the ash-covered ruins of Pompeii, these natural disasters stand as stark reminders of nature's raw power, a power capable of shaping our world in the blink of an eye. The Earth, our home, is a dynamic, ever-changing planet capable of both breathtaking beauty and unimaginable destruction. As we've journeyed through these tales of tragedy, we've witnessed the fragility of human existence in the face of nature's wrath. Yet amidst the devastation, we've also seen the resilience of the human spirit, the enduring will to survive, rebuild, and honor the memory of those lost. Let these stories serve as a reminder to respect the power of the natural world, to learn from the past, and to prepare for the future. For as long as we inhabit this planet, we will continue to live in the shadow of nature's awesome power. These are just a few examples of nature's wrath. The power to destroy is immense, but so is the human spirit. Let's remember the victims, honor the survivors, and learn from these terrifying events. Stay safe, stay informed, and never underestimate the power of nature.